Breaking on 4 News Now at 6. An arson suspect arrested in the Sunset fires that threatened hundreds of homes last week. Police say she's the one who threatened to, quote, burn Spokane down.
And don't let today's pleasant temperatures fool you. The hot summer weather is far from over. Chris Crocker will be here to tell you how hot it could get in the first alert forecast. Plus, in the wake of last week's fire on Sunset Hill, 4 News Now looks into why Spokane's alert system failed to warn everyone within the evacuation zone. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with that breaking news from Spokane police. A woman is in jail tonight accused of starting last week's wildfire near the Finch Arboretum. Good evening. I'm Kirsten O'Connor.
And I'm Aaron Luna. Police caught the woman on the other side of the state in Tukwila. Vanessa Perez breaks down the charges.
Detectives say they believe Vicki Smith started 3 fires last Thursday in West Spokane, including the Sunset Hill fire that forced hundreds of people from their homes. That fire sent a massive plume of smoke into the air as crews on the ground and air battled to save homes. None were lost. Investigators believe Smith is responsible for a number of graffiti threats left in several places downtown that were discovered prior to the fires being started. Smith is charged with 3 counts of first-degree arson and could face additional charges related to the graffiti threats. Smith is awaiting a transfer to Spokane. She is currently booked in the King County Jail. She is a convicted felon. Reporting in studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Vanessa, thank you. Well, Camille Troxel lives just up the road from where the Sunset fire erupted last week. Her neighbors received the notice to evacuate. For her, that didn't happen until much later.
Someone told me a half an hour before I got the evacuation notice that I was in the evacuation zone. Wow. And that was the same for my neighbor as well. I asked her if she was leaving downstairs and someone had called her, but neither of us had gotten the emergency notice.
She was one of several people who received delayed notifications. In fact, some people had no idea there was a fire until they saw the fire boss in the sky.
This lapse in communication caused frustration for some people who had no time or the information they needed to pack up. And our Jordan Smith joins us from that apartment complex tonight with how this happened. Jordan?
Yeah, well, this is the apartment complex just a few blocks away from where that fire erupted last week. And when those fire officials sent out those level 3 evacuations, the go now evacuations, many of the people living here didn't receive that notification until much later.
Everything was fine. I stepped inside to get my headphones and came out to a fire boss plane dropping retardant overhead.
Camille Troxel was completely caught off guard by the rapidly approaching wildfire creeping towards her apartment.
And I wouldn't have known if I hadn't gone outside.
She was even more surprised to find out she was in the evacuation zone, having not been sent the emergency alert the majority of her complex received.
I didn't get one, and people kept asking me if I was in the evacuation zone. And I kept saying, no, I don't think so, because I haven't gotten any notification. The emergency alert hasn't gone off, so I must be okay.
That level 3 evacuation notice finally came through 30 minutes after her friend notified her that she needed to leave. So in the face of an emergency, how does this happen? There's 2 ways emergencies are sent out: through local emergency systems and national emergency systems. Very basically, if you're in an evacuation zone, the alert is sent to you based on the GPS location of your cell phone. But if you have an older phone, you might run into some issues.
What we've learned is many of the older phones are not capable of determining if they're supposed to be in a targeted or a mapped area.
The mapping of older phones aren't always the most up-to-date. For example, someone living north of 5 Mile Road could be told to evacuate from a fire burning in Cheney, which happened to an employee at KXLY. The emergency management team is also posting information to their Facebook page. But as Troxel points out, older generations may not know where to look to find that information.
We're leaving an older generation behind when we're relying on things that aren't, open and accessible to everyone.
Unless you've registered your phone number with the Spokane County Emergency Management Team, you won't receive a fire evacuation notice.
So to register your number to receive alerts, Google Alert Spokane and then scroll down halfway down the page. You'll see to click to register your phone number. You'll be able to fill out your information and be notified of an alert when you need to be aware of an emergency near you. And you can also bookmark KXLY.com and check back on that page frequently, or download the KXLY Plus app. On both of those platforms, we're going to have the most up-to-date fire information, including the evacuation maps, the fire acreage, everything you need to know to keep you and your family safe. Reporting in Spokane tonight, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
Jordan, thank you. Download the 4 News Now app to receive alerts on fires across the region, like Jordan said, and the information you need to know when you need to know it. You can find it on your phone's app store. Turn on notifications when you download it. Well, there's already been talk of pumpkin spice. I saw someone on Instagram had a bottle of it in their hand today. And there's also back to school talk. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's not fall yet.
There are some decorations that I already noticed at Costco.
Oh, I thought you were going to say put up.
My daughter said, I don't like that witch, Mommy. Witch with a W.
It's Halloween.
Now, Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here to tell us how hot it is going to get in the coming days.
It is not going to be feeling like fall, that's for sure. Maybe tomorrow morning, because here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be clear and cool tonight. Open up the windows, let that fresh air in. We're going to be cooling down into the 40s and 50s. Then a sunny, seasonably warm Friday. High temperatures in the mid-80s, but there's a warming trend. It's going to get hotter this weekend, particularly Sunday, and even hotter next week. Potentially the highest temperatures of the season. We're going to take a run at 100 degrees. Now, here's a look at our temperatures right now. We're in the 70s in many locations: Spirit Lake, Hayden, Spokane International Airport, and out at the Air Force Base, all reporting 70s, 78 in Spangle. Lots of 70s on our regional map, including Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. 78 right now in St. Mary's, and a nice 77 in Pullman. Winds have died down. It was a little bit breezy this afternoon, but expect a calm evening tonight and overnight. Here's a look at your planner. We'll be right around the upper 70s, 80 degrees at 7 o'clock, cooling down into the 60s by 11. I will be back to let you know how hot we are going to get heading into next week and what to expect for the weekend in your first alert forecast. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Well, the sudden closure of Daybreak Youth Services continues to put stress on parents in the Spokane area who are looking for substance abuse care for their kids.
Many parents are scrambling to find alternatives. Local medical organization Native Project wants to remind parents about the services it offers. Our Peter Choi was at the Native Project today and explains why the clinic says it's so important to provide addiction treatment.
I'm here at Native Project Medical Clinic Center. I spoke with CEO today who tells me they've seen an increasing number of teen patients seeking services for substance abuse like alcohol, drug, and of course, fentanyl. The clinic welcomes the new patients because they can offer life-saving treatment.
Absolutely. We're seeing a lot more patients from there.
Seeing more patients from Daybreak Youth Services every day, Native Project lead counselor says more patients are left with anxiety after Daybreak stopped operating.
People don't know what to do, don't know where to go. They're panicking. Well, how's my kid going to get the care they need if they can't go to Daybreak?
Since Daybreak has closed, we are slammed with referrals.
The Native Project CEO Tony Lodge says kids with substance abuse are in the most need for care right now.
Kid comes 1 to 4 times a week, comes after school, comes in the evening, actually can come during the day if they're out of school.
The counselor says it's important for patients to continue to receive the care they need.
They need help guiding them on what direction to go. How do I use all these skills I learned? How do I stay away from those substances I was using before I went to inpatient?
The CEO says another treatment center like Healing Lodge in Spokane Valley offers inpatient care if needed. For outpatient care, contact the Native Project.
A phone call is all it takes to get services with us. Even though we are so busy and we're getting very inundated with patients, we still have the capacity. We want to help every youth that wants the help.
In Spokane, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Local leaders have been trying to tackle the housing crisis here in the inland Northwest for a while.
And while housing costs have risen in both Washington and Idaho, both have taken very different approaches to solve them. That's why this Sunday we're devoting a half hour of our newscast to how we got here, what's being done to address this problem, and how some in our area have taken matters into their own hands to try and make housing more affordable.
Join us here on 4 News Now, Sunday, August 13th at 6:30 to learn more about how we got here and the solutions that are in the works right now.
Coming up on 4 News Now at 6, sports tourism is transforming downtown Spokane. See how much it's driving revenue and boosting business in the city.
Plus, what's left behind from the Parkway fire in Post Falls. See the work crews are doing to reopen the park as soon as possible.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Saving you green.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team at Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
Hi, this is Nota Begay III, PGA Tour member and Golf Channel broadcaster. I'm here to tell you about sponsorship opportunities for the Circling Raven Championship, the women's professional tournament presented by KXLY 4 News. It will feature more than 150 rising stars from 30 countries. For sponsors, it's an ideal way to empower youth, women, and Native Americans through the game of golf. For more information, visit cdacasino.com or call 800-523-2464. I'll see you there.
Do you have property damage? Burke's Restoration provides full-service emergency response for residential and commercial disasters. Wind damage? Burke's can handle that. Is flooding your problem? Burke's Restoration knows just what to do. Fire or smoke damage? Call Burke's today. You didn't plan on a disaster, but you have a choice on who restores it. Choose the best. Burke's Restoration takes care of fire, smoke, wind, or water damage and more. Tell your insurance company you choose Burke's Restoration. Call or click today.
The new double pepperoni Crazy Crust pizza is so nice, we pepperonied it twice. With classic and old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses and garlic parm crust you've got to see in slow-mo. Available for $8.99 only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa. Friday through Sunday.
Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go.
See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool.
Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833 SPA Sale.
We are taking a live look from our downtown stadium camera. The One Spokane Stadium, which is the stadium you're looking at right now, it's going to open this fall. It's right next door to another sports facility.
That's the Podium, and that's been in use since December of 2021, and its first quarter this year brought in almost $47 million in economic impact to the city. Our Bronte Sorotsky is live nearby the Podium with how all these sports facilities are going to transform the surrounding area.
Well, it's clear when you talk to local business owners how much sports tourism is boosting business here in Spokane. When the addition of the Podium, they say that they are getting ready for these events and planning ahead to keep up with the added demand.
And whenever there's sports in town, we're busy.
With the addition of the Podium to this area of downtown, there's almost always something going on.
So this fall, Spokane's going to welcome our first World Championship to the city, and it's actually the first time a U.S. city has been selected to host. It's the 2023 World Badminton Junior Championship.
The Podium brings a world-class sports venue right to downtown.
Podium in this downtown location within close proximity to all of our restaurants and retail and similar facilities. It's an absolute game changer for the work that we're doing.
Each event generates thousands, even millions in revenue from tourism spending at local stores, hotels, and restaurants. In its first quarter of the year, the Podium alone has brought in almost $47 million in economic impact.
It's just this infusion of new dollars to our economy that wouldn't be here without sports tourism efforts to bring those major events in market.
Business owners like Mark Starr that are located right by the podium have seen these sports facilities completely transform the North Bank.
It was not anything like it is today. Yes, we had the flour mill, which is great, and the arena, which is beautiful, but since then we've added a few other buildings and cleaned up the area a little bit, and now it's become a little bit of a sports complex over here.
And with the opening of the Spokane Stadium coming up, Starr and other businesses in the area are gearing up to handle that extra jolt of customers.
We look forward to seeing people for any of the events and any other times that they might want to stop by.
The next event at the podium will be the World Badminton Championship, which will bring in players from over 40 countries right here to the Lilac City. Reporting live in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Oh, and that is so exciting. Hey, if you are leaving the Lilac City this weekend, perhaps heading camping, Hell's Canyon Resort is going to be toasty. It will be in the 90s. A preview of the weather that we have coming next week. Here's your camping forecast. I'll be right back with your 7-day outlook.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
We all know Spokane seasons. Winter, fake spring, second winter, construction, surface of the sun, and now smoke season. Keep your home smoke-free. Breathe easy all year. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric. Your air quality experts.
Global Credit Union got its start right here at Fairchild Air Force Base and now has branches worldwide. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
Red stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now is joining Global by inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces. Tell them and their families thank you for your service and for protecting our future.
Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
Great Homes of Idaho is having their grand opening August 11th through the 13th in Post Falls. Come in and tour their beautiful model homes by Kit Custom Home Builders, highly customizable with features and options you'll love. Great Homes has been helping customers in Montana create their dream homes for over 25 years. And with their expansion to Post Falls, they would love to help you experience the same. Join them for their August celebration featuring prize drawings and a 20% discount certificate towards numerous upgrades. Only available during this grand opening weekend.
I'm your man, Steve Harvey. Let's get it on. Name something from the kitchen the lovers might bring into the bedroom. Spatula? A spatula. Yay!
Put your mind on island time and join Spokane Valley Summer Theater for the biggest party of the summer. The regional premiere of Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville, running through August 20th at University High School Theater. Tickets at sbsummertheater.com or 509-368-7897.
We all know Spokane seasons. Winter, fake spring, second winter, construction, surface of the sun, and now smoke season. Keep your home smoke-free. Breathe easy all year. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric. Your air quality experts.
A lot of people consider this to be right in the sweet spot. Not too hot, not too cool, very summery, 80 degrees in Spokane. 86 is our average high. We're going to be back up around average tomorrow before we leap into the well above average category. 811 is our sunset tonight. That is coming right up. Lots of hints of fall in the forecast, but not in our temperatures. Here's a look at our overnight lows tonight. 45 in Deer Park, 49 in Spirit Lake. It is going to be a cool start to Friday before we do warm up into the average range. 85 degrees, sunny skies. In the afternoon, we'll see winds 5 to 15 miles per hour. It'll be a fairly calm start to the day. Here's a look at what's going on with our weather pattern. We're going to be having more of a westerly flow tomorrow. in advance of a building ridge of high pressure that is really going to be taking hold and building next week. That will start to happen on Saturday. Expect temperatures to get a little bit above average before we're right back up in the 90s on Sunday with dry conditions across the region, and that is just the beginning of our warming trend. Here's a look at the temperature trend over the next 7 days. This black line right here is our average high. Right now it's at 86. By this time next week it's at 84. It is going down. We're past the hottest part of the season from a climate standpoint, but might be in for the hottest weather of the season in an actual standpoint. 85 degrees Friday, we'll be up to 88 on Saturday, and then into the upper 90s for Tuesday and Wednesday. Looks like our warming trend is going to peak sometime the middle of next week before it starts to taper off a little bit. This would be the warmest weather that we've seen so far, and I'll be talking more about our odds of actually hitting that first triple-digit day in the next half hour. In the meantime, here's another look at overnight lows, this time around the entire region, because we're going to have good sleeping weather everywhere. 49 in Pullman and Sandpoint, 44 in Colville, and 48 degrees in St. Mary's overnight. High temperatures tomorrow, right about average. We'll be in the lower 80s in Sandpoint, mid 80s around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and in the 90s in Lewiston, Grand Coulee, as well as Omak. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. No precipitation in this 7-day outlook, which is what we certainly could need, but we are going to be sunny and hot Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday too, with overnight lows in the 60s. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. Speaking of warm and dry weather, climate experts say El Niño's pretty much guaranteed to continue this winter.
Meteorologist Matt Gray has followed the story all year. New at 6 tonight. He's here to update us on why this is not good news for the inland Northwest.
No, it certainly is not, Kirsten. It has been 2 months since El Niño developed in the East Pacific, and the new forecasts are at 95% for El Niño to continue through the winter. So you probably don't need to sharpen your skis anytime soon. Some big implications for the inland Northwest, especially with how strong this El Niño appears to be headed for. 66% chance that it's going to be a strong one, and the stronger it is, the more impacts we will see from it. Now, here's the latest projection for this winter. Not just what usually happens, but also taking in some of those long-range climate computer models we've seen over the last few months. A huge dip in the jet stream, taking moisture well south of us. That's pretty typical. And as a result, keeping high pressure over the inland Northwest more often than not, which means, you guessed it, warm weather. You should be reasonably confident that the cold snaps this coming winter, well, they're going to be pretty few and far between. And what's more interesting and potentially optimistic for a change is the question of rain and snow. This kind of setup would not only push a lot of moisture into California, but potentially north into at least the coastal Pacific Northwest as well. There have been 6 strong El Niños since 1950. 4 out of those 6 gave us average or above average wet weather. A lot of it would be rain, of course, rather than snow with warmer conditions. Now, that's going to be its own problem in about a year from now. But on a positive side, we've got a decent chance at stopping our drought from getting worse this winter. The thing is, you have to get to winter first. The last major El Niño from 2015 to 2016, if we look at fall of 2015, it was incredibly dry. And the Pacific Northwest is the most likely place in the country to have dry fall seasons during El Niño. So considering how dry we are already, it is not hard to see why officials keep telling us that they expect fire crews to be staying busy all the way into October.
Matt, thank you. Still ahead, an updated Wazoo Medical building is ready for students, why some say it will help address the healthcare worker shortage. Next on 4 News Now.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Warm weather is here, but it's never too soon to think about fall. Call Mainstream this summer for a $79 AC tune-up, and in the fall, we'll tune up your furnace for free. That's right, get 2 tune-ups for the price of 1. It's just that simple. Call your friends at Mainstream today.
There's something unusual about doing business with Idaho Central Credit Union. It's not something you can put your finger on. It's not something you can copy and mass produce. It's just the Idaho way. And that's the way we partner with your business. Welcome to Business Unusual, where how you do business is how we do business. Idaho Central Credit Union. Your business is our purpose.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Life happens, and you can't always wait for 2-day free shipping. Instead, head to your local Ace hardware store, where we've got just what you need in stock right now. Our experts give you the knowledge and personal touch you can't find online. And when you need help fixing your broken screen, unclogging that drain, need an extra key made, or that hard-to-find nut or bolt, we're right around the corner with the helpful advice and products you need without the wait.
Be advised, this is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to save 40 to 80% on a hot tub and swim spa Friday through Sunday. Major manufacturers and warehouses clearance of new 2023 inventory. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Over 100 hot tubs on display and everything must go. See the revolutionary swim spa. You can exercise, swim, and relax without the expense and maintenance of a pool. Hot tubs starting at $29.95. All inventory 40 to 80% off. 18-month interest-free financing. Trade-ins welcome. Free delivery. We'll even haul away your old hot tub. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
Water is an essential part of our everyday lives. It's important that Spokane acts wisely to preserve our precious water resources and not waste money on evaporation and the need for supplemental water infrastructure due to a burdened aquifer. Please avoid watering your lawn between the hours of 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. and limit watering to under 2 hours a day, 3 days a week. If we all do our part, we'll keep our river flowing strong, even in times of drought.
Warm weather is here, but it's never too soon to think about fall. Call Mainstream this summer for a $79 AC tune-up, and in the fall, we'll tune up your furnace for free. That's right, get 2 tune-ups for the price of 1. It's just that simple. Call your friends at Mainstream today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Findlay Downtown Toyota.
New at 6 o'clock. Medical students at Washington State University's Spokane campus now have a better place to study and learn.
The upgraded Elson S. Floyd School of Medicine building will make way for new programs and puts more professionals into the field to address the healthcare worker shortage. Our Vanessa Perez has the story.
The transformation of the building will be vital for current and future students as the program continues to graduate the next generation of healthcare professionals, leading to stronger communities. Excitement filled the air as the ribbon cutting on the new building took place. WSU leaders call it an investment in the state's future healthcare workforce. The building features upgraded classrooms, quiet and group study spaces.
We're poor students, so we live in small apartments, and it's hard to study at home because you don't have that separation between home and school. So it's really nice to have this new, beautiful building to come to and have a space to study.
Moen considers herself a non-traditional medical student because she didn't apply to med school until the age of 37. She says the renovation enables students to be the best future doctors they can be.
I have been in Spokane for 21 years. I love Spokane. I love Washington. So I'm just excited to have all the resources that I need to be the best that I can be and to go out there and serve my patients.
The upgraded building will also allow for new degree programs.
The goal is to create that space which allows the students to really excel so that we're graduating the best and the brightest so that they can care for the state. And to be able to do that in this space, I think, and to appreciate what WSU has done is fantastic.
It's looking forward to graduating more students in the years to come. Reporting in Spokane, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Well, you can expect more than 400 new parking spaces at the Spokane Airport this fall. It will soon begin working to expand the C concourse lot. That's expected to be complete this November. During construction, though, important to note, parking in this space will be limited. Next on 4 News Now at 6:30, what's left behind from the Parkway fire in Post Falls? See the work that crews are doing to reopen parks as soon as possible.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Is the heat unbearable? Don't sweat it. Call Bill's Heating and AC, the area's ultimate cooling experts. Experience the highest efficiencies with top quality equipment that will keep you cool while saving on energy costs. And get it all with a lowest price guarantee. Trust the largest and most reliable HVAC company in the area with over 2,000 5-star reviews. Call Bill's Heating and AC to beat the heat and schedule your free estimate today.
People who come to the Inland Northwest rave about its beauty.
For those of us who live and work here, we couldn't agree more. From its iconic history
to a ton of new beginnings.
We have farm-to-table roots and access to nature right out our back door.
And as a community member, BECU wants to honor those who work together to make life better for our region.
Come out and enjoy top female athletes competing for the LPGA Tour. BECU, proud sponsor of the Epson Tour at Circling Raven Golf Course this August.
Wednesday.
When you say you're going to get married on Good Morning America,
I'm saying yes to marriage.
You better set a date.
You're invited to one joyous bachelorette party. Celebrate Robin and her fiancé Amber right before they say I do. Only on GMA.
This summer, happiness is a new Chevy. You can go farther, tow more, and bring along everyone you love. Your road to happiness begins in a new Chevy. Get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab LT Turbo Max pickups, or get $5,100 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Next live, it's our Multiverse Halloween Show Encore.
Help us!
With surprises and over 70 costumes.
Nicely done.
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
Next, E.T. Joe, Kevin, Nick are exclusive with the Jonas Brothers before kicking off their world tour.
We are spilling the E.T. I'll get them up.
Next, E.T.
Watch 4 News now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Start your day with Good Morning Northwest and
Good Morning America.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
The Parkway fire in Post Falls burned 80 acres. It is completely contained now, and no buildings were damaged. It's been nearly a week since the start of that fire. Camillin Park is still closed.
The people are ready to go back on the trails, but fire crews say it's still too dangerous. Our Marissa Rio has what crews are doing to make trails safe and when the park is estimated to open back up.
Here at Camillin Park, firefighters are still working on putting out hot spots. As you can see behind me, crews are picking the dirt and turning over logs to make sure there aren't any underneath the ground.
Many trees along Camillin Park trails are burnt and are at risk of falling. Crews are working to take down what they consider to be hazardous trees. Firefighters are currently mopping up for about 14 hours a day. A fire warden with the Idaho Department of Lands says they are doing their due diligence to make sure the park is safe to reopen.
They're making sure the trails systems are clear of any debris or any trees that have fallen over, and at the same time making sure there still aren't standing fire-weakened trees that could fall over the trails at some point.
To keep people out of the park, crews installed a fence early this morning. One woman who lives in the area says she was out of town when she received the evacuation notice. Her and her dog Rosie walk around the neighborhood now that trails are closed.
She's been very sad. We've all been very sad that we haven't been able to get back in the park to take our walks. But the fire department did the most incredible job, and we are so blessed to be living right by the river.
Zufelt says once trails reopen, hikers will still have to be careful.
If you're going to hike these trails again, the fire has weakened some of the rocks. So you'd have to watch out, heads up on that, watch where you're stepping. There'll still be lots of what we call little pit holes where the fire's kind of burned out a stump and it looks like nothing's there, but you could step in it and there's 12, 14 feet of hot ash.
Because of these dangers, Zufelt says it is likely trails will remain closed a while longer.
Crews are working to open up this park as soon as they can. It's possible that the boat ramp will open up tomorrow. For more information, you can go to our website at kxly.com. Reporting in Post Falls, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
In our Fire Watch coverage tonight, the Ridge Creek fire near Hayden Lake has burned approximately 1,200 acres. It's 2% contained. Started last Thursday and is burning around 3.5 miles east of the north tip of Hayden Lake along Hayden Creek Road. People living in the area northeast of the lake are under level 1 evacuation notices. You can see that on your screen, shaded in green, meaning get ready and be aware. People living south of Farragut State Park are also being told to be aware. Coeur d'Alene River Ranger District says the fire was human-caused and it's under investigation.
Low precipitation and high temperatures have raised the fire danger to very high across North Idaho. These dangers triggered level 2 fire restrictions in all 5 Idaho Panhandle counties. Campfires and smoking are banned on public lands. So is driving vehicles off designated roads and trails and using chainsaws or other equipment between 1 p.m. and 1 a.m. You can find exceptions to these rules in this story on KXLY.com.
Let's take a live look over Spokane, where the heat is kicking back up. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker tells us how hot it's going to get.
Well, we have a nice cool night and a pleasant Friday before things start to heat up. Clear and cool tonight. We'll be down in the 40s and 50s before a sunny, seasonably warm Friday. Our warming trend will take us into the 90s by the second half of the weekend, and we'll be awfully close to 100 degrees by the middle of next week. Meanwhile, our highs today running below average for the 6th day in a row. 80 in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, 79 in Sandpoint and Pullman. It was 88 today in Lewiston and Omak. No 90s on the map. That will not be the case for long. Meanwhile, right now it's 79 in Coeur d'Alene with sunny skies and crystal clear in Spokane presently, also 79 degrees. We are headed down to overnight lows in the 40s and 50s. Some great sleeping weather. That will not be the case for long. Tomorrow we're back up close to average. 86 is our average high, a high of 85 with sunshine start to finish. I'll be back to talk about our odds of hitting 100 degrees for the first time this summer in your First Alert forecast. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. Widespread devastation left behind by the Maui wildfires. You can see from this view above, entire communities have burned down, and now at least 53 people have died. One Spokane Valley family was left stranded there as the deadly wildfire swept through the island.
This is the first time that I've ever had to be in this type of a situation. Even back home, we live in the valley. It's not, you know, thank goodness we don't have these type of situations.
Well, Angie, who you just heard from, and her family are still waiting to hear from one of their family members who got lost on the island during the chaos.
Those wildfires spread rapidly because of very dry conditions and powerful winds. ABC's Melissa Don starts our team coverage tonight with the latest from the island.
Officials on the ground saying the weather conditions are slightly improving, but the images in the air and on the ground capture the widespread devastation.
What we saw looked like an area that had been bombed and burned in a war zone. It was unbelievable.
The fires that tore across Maui, especially Lahaina, leaving dozens dead and nearly 300 structures destroyed. One man we spoke with says he believes his home is lost and described to us his terrifying escape.
It was a huge black smoke back then, and it's indescribable. It's like they say apocalyptic.
Thousands trying to flee the fires left stranded at the airport, being told it might be days before they can leave. The lucky passengers who managed to make it back home describing the desperate conditions they just left in Maui and how they're just thankful to now be safe.
We had power out for about 36 hours at the resort we're at. Hurricane winds, it was bad. We went for a walk. We kind of turned the corner and Lahaina was just on fire.
Back on the island, the area most severely impacted, the historic town of Lahaina, once the capital of the Hawaiian Kingdom and home to 12,000 people, now utterly destroyed. Driving through the town, charred trees, burned out cars, every structure reduced to rubble. The entire seafront decimated. Even the ocean didn't deter the flames. This ferry burned out. Evacuation efforts are difficult. You can see this is the one way in and out as people are waiting desperately. Dozens of cars lined up, waiting to see if they can check on their homes and neighbors. Melissa Don, ABC News, Maui.
The Spokane family got caught in the middle of the fire.
That family's now trying to reunite and get on the next plane back home. Our Rania Kaur continues our team coverage tonight with their story. Rania.
Angie Johnson joined her cousin and uncle at a timeshare in Maui. It was supposed to be a special trip for them to remember a lost loved one. That trip quickly took a turn when Hurricane Dora hit Tuesday and much of the island lost power. Johnson says after the power was out, communication about evacuations, shelter, and where to find power was nearly non-existent. Looking for a place with electricity, Johnson ran into the fire on a highway.
I just started honking and waving at other people to turn around. But of course, I don't think anyone understood the magnitude of what was happening even at that point. This is the first time that I've ever had to be in this type of a situation. Even back home, we live in the valley. It's not, thank goodness we don't have these type of situations.
Johnson says she and her cousin have the safety of their rental car and have come across incredibly friendly, helpful people. Johnson's Uncle Jay is still stuck at the resort in Maui on the other side of the island. It's been hard to connect with him due to cell outages and lack of power to charge phones. They are trying to reunite with him as soon as possible and take the earliest flight back home to Spokane Valley. In studio, Rania Kaur, 4 News Now.
Rania, thank you. Still to come after the break, see how Spokane police plan to use a new alert system that's meant to reduce the amount of hit and run crashes.
A former Washington State athletic director says tough times could be ahead for the Cougar athletic program.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
The Jennifer Hudson Show is here.
You're going to bless people every day.
Something hits you in your heart. We're doing it all.
Weekdays at 2, only on 4 News Now.
Enjoy all things Huckleberry in Trout Creek, Montana, the second weekend in August. This free event is your destination for good old-fashioned family fun with a parade, live music, a pie eating contest, over 100 local artisans, and much more. Visit huckleberryfestival.com right now for details.
Global Credit Union got its start right here at Fairchild Air Force Base and now has branches worldwide. We're proud to honor our military members by wearing red on Fridays.
RED stands for Remember Everyone Deployed, and 4 News Now is joining Global by inviting you to wear red on Fridays too.
Show your support for the men and women of our armed forces. Tell them and their families thank you for your service and for protecting our future.
Stop by any Global branch and pick up a red pin.
And then remember to wear red every Friday from now until September 11th.
At Mainstream, we know when your drain backs up, you need help fast. Call today for our $79 drain clearing special. In your neighborhood and ready to serve you when you need us most.
Electrical, heating, cooling, and plumbing. Choose smart. Call the company with heart. Mainstream.
From the 5 a.m. morning regulars to those gotta fit it in lunchtime rush business goers to the busy moms that need childcare so they can just have a little time to themselves. Move Fitness is here for you, serving up the largest variety of workout options in Spokane, with a new location opening soon to provide you the best results for your workout needs. Move Fitness.
Join the movement.
Introducing the pizza so nice, we pepperonied it twice. The new double pepperoni crazy crust pizza from Little Caesars. Picture this: classic pepperoni and crispy curly old world pepperoni, sprinkled with toasted cheeses, finished with a garlic parmesan crust that must be seen in slow-mo to be believed. Holy moly, are you picturing this? Get a large double pepperoni crazy crust for just $8.99. Available all day or hot and ready from 4 to 8 p.m. Only at Little Caesars.
Pizza. You don't want to miss the 43rd Annual Trout Creek Huckleberry Festival, August 12th and 13th. Free entry and parking, kid and dog friendly, with a parade, over 100 local vendors, and an auction. Free entertainment and much more. Visit huckleberryfestival.com right now for details.
Let's talk about hot weather. We have got some on the way. Here's a look at our temperature trend over the next 7 days. We're going to be just about average tomorrow. As I mentioned just a few minutes ago, this is our 6th day of below average temperatures, uncharacteristic of this warm summer. But we are headed to above average temperatures by Saturday, and then possibly the warmest weather of the season by Tuesday and Wednesday. And we went just a little conservative on these numbers. You may see some apps taking us into the triple digits on these days. So far, we've only hit 97 for our highest high temperature officially in Spokane. We've done that on 3 different days. We average at least 1 triple-digit day a summer, and so far we do not have that triple-digit day, but it is not out of the question next week. In fact, here are the odds. There's at least a tiny chance on Monday, a 3% chance, but the odds go up to 21% on Tuesday, and then more than a 1 in 4 chance of hitting 100 degrees on Wednesday. Then things taper off to a 13% chance on Thursday. So we'll be watching those long-range computer models very closely, but it'll be interesting to see if we can put together one of those days. Here's a look at our weather pattern going forward. We had a cold front come through Wednesday that cooled things down. Now, this is atmospheric moisture, not the precipitation chances, and I'm showing you this because here's Friday at 7 o'clock. We're going to get enough of a northwesterly flow on the eastern edge of a ridge of high pressure that we may see some clouds coming through Saturday night. Otherwise, it is high pressure in control, and that is going to equate into very dry and very warm weather starting this weekend and continuing right on through next week. Meanwhile, here is our number of 90-degree or higher days in Spokane. So far, we've had 19. 21 is the average number of 90-degree or higher days. We did more than our fair share in July. So far, we've had 4 in August, but we've got some in the 7-day forecast. Here's another look at that weather pattern from a different perspective. As we get into Saturday, here's that northwesterly flow that's going to bring those clouds through Saturday night before the high pressure asserts itself more dramatically heading into Sunday. Your 7-day forecast, all of that equals a lot of sunshine, just a few clouds passing through on Saturday. I've looked for hints that those clouds are going to give us any precipitation, and I can't find any sign of it, and I've been looking hard because we need it. But no, we are staying dry and hot through the 7-day outlook, Aaron.
Chris, thank you. 2 mosquito samples have tested positive for the West Nile virus. That happened near Moses Lake. The Grant County Health District says no human cases of the virus have been reported so far this year, though some scientists are worried climate change might make West Nile virus more prevalent. That's because warmer temperatures and more rain make it easier for mosquitoes to reproduce, for the virus to replicate, and for transmitting the disease to humans. West Nile can bring unpleasant symptoms like headaches, joint pains, rashes, vomiting, diarrhea. Most people recover fully with no issues, although about 1 in 150 patients develop brain and nervous system infections, and those can be fatal.
A new alert system is up and running in Washington. It's designed to reduce the amount of hit-and-run crashes.
Sydney Charles tells us about the new hit-and-run alert system and how Spokane police plan to use it.
Washington's newest alert system began operations on August 1st. Spokane Police Corporal Nick Briggs says the alert system relies on one thing to help police track down vehicles: you.
So essentially, it is a way for us to utilize the community as our eyes and ears.
Washington State Patrol's hit-and-run alert system will be used among state, local, and tribal law enforcement agencies, along with the Washington Department of Transportation, as a way to communicate information to the community and use the public as a way to solve hit-and-run crimes.
What we are trying to do is find effective ways in order to use those community resources to locate and apprehend hit-and-run drivers.
This year, the city of Spokane had 700 hit-and-run crashes. 3 of those had serious injuries. Briggs says having the ability to communicate with the public helps reduce the time it takes to identify a suspect's car.
A hit and run, just the type of incident that is, it's frequently witnessed by a large number of people. So having people immediately advise that this is a vehicle that we're looking for can lead to a quick apprehension.
Now, there are some criteria that need to be met in order for a hit and run alert to be activated. 1, a hit and run crash that results in a serious injury or death. 2, enough information has to be available to assist in finding a suspect's car. And 3, The incident has been reported and is being investigated by police.
We really want the public to be able to know what they're looking for. If a description is too generic, it's just not effective.
Alerts will be sent out to the media and posted online by public information officers. Information will also be displayed on roadways and highways.
You also have the option to sign up for these alerts on your phone. All you have to do is email your phone number to hit-and-run-alert@wsp.wa.gov.
Reporting in Spokane, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
We all know Spokane seasons. Winter, bake spring, second winter, construction, surface of the sun, and now smoke season. Keep your home smoke-free. Breathe easy all year. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric. Your air quality experts.
Get $200 with a new checking account from Horizon Credit Union. We're here to guide you towards your dreams and put some extra cash in your pocket. Sign up in branch or online with the Get 200 promo code today.
Save thousands on the new Revolutionary Swim Spa at a one-time sale. Friday through Sunday. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Exercise with low impact. Swim the entire year and stay in shape. Teach your kids to swim. Unwind and save thousands. Avoid the expense and maintenance involved with a pool. Swim, exercise, and relax in your new aquatic exercise swim spa. Installation and 1 day only. New 2023 inventory. 18-month interest-free financing. Millions of dollars of inventory must be sold. Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. Free admission. Free parking. Call 833-SPA-SALE.
You're feeling summer, baby, dancing in the lobby. Still catching feelings for you. Feelings for you.
Hey! Start your day with Good Morning Northwest and
Good Morning America.
Adventure, culture, and fine wine await you in the Lewis-Clark Valley, less than 2 hours south of Spokane. Tour some of the world's most spectacular wilderness, beauty, and wildlife in Hell's Canyon. Experience the region's rich and diverse culture and history. Savor award-winning Lewis-Clark Valley wines and delicious culinary creations from a variety of local wineries and fine dining establishments. Go to visitlewisclarkvalley.com and plan your destination getaway today.
At Finley Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years. Our lots are packed full of every make and model. And all vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, making it a great time to visit Finley.
At Kaiser Permanente, we care for all those who make your family, well, your family. That's why all of us work together to give them the care and caring that any family would. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
We all know Spokane seasons. Winter, bake spring, second winter, construction, surface of the sun, and now smoke season. Keep your home smoke-free. Breathe easy all year. Holiday heating, cooling, and electric. Your air quality experts.
4 News Now is brought to you by Move Fitness.
Well, conference realignment has changed college sports forever. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesota. The Pac-12 is in shambles, and no one understands that more than former Washington State Athletic Director Bill Moos. Moos spent more than 30 years in the Pac-12. Moos was the athletic director at WSU when the Pac-12 passed up the opportunity to add Texas and Oklahoma to the conference. He also oversaw the Pac-12's $3 billion television deal in 2011. We sat down with Moos to talk about the collapse of the Pac-12 and how it impacts Washington State.
Some tough decisions have to be made. If Washington State can't find a place to land that can at least get them 3/4 of what they've got now and hopefully more, and it's beginning to look more and more like that may not be a possibility. So it would be a big hit. But I will say this. I feel that Washington State and Oregon State have value.
And you can hear more from Moose during our special report on conference realignment in the state of college sports coming soon here on 4 News Now. The Washington State Board of Regents are holding a special meeting tomorrow because of the Pac-12 shakeup. The next scheduled meeting wasn't supposed to happen until next month, but with Washington, ASU, Utah, Arizona, and Oregon leaving the conference, the board is scrambling to find another conference for Washington State. Now, last week, presidents and chancellors were told about an Apple streaming deal that was touted as a way to grow revenue, but it wasn't good enough to keep the conference together. Now, the Pac-12 will likely dissolve. For WSU, the future of the Apple Cup also hangs in the balance. Questions are growing on whether it will be played regularly in Pullman going forward. The Gonzaga women's basketball players have their suitcases packed and passports ready to go. The Bulldogs will be heading to Europe for 2 weeks. The team will play 3 games against international competition in Greece and Croatia. It's the program's first trip to Europe since 2019 when the team visited Spain. Now, it isn't all just about basketball. The players will have a number of fun sightseeing opportunities along the way. It's a perfect chance for some team bonding before the upcoming season.
I haven't been to Greece or Croatia, so I'm able to check off these new countries. And then for our team, I think it's a good opportunity to be able to be exposed to overseas basketball, but also like immerse ourselves into different cultures.
The play is different and the style is different. I think it's really cool to kind of see those different styles of play and, yeah, be able to defend that and learn from it.
So the Bulldogs leave Sunday and return August 25th. Should be fun. That'll wrap us up for sports. We'll be right back.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Fresh produce is the best produce. That's why at Fred Meyer, we invest in local farmers to bring you the freshest seasonal picks. So no matter how you shop, your local produce always tastes as fresh as it gets. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
This is delightful. We've gone from a restrictive budget to more fun more often. All because we signed up for a cashback earning Kasasa checking account from Canopy Credit Union. Our account pays us back 4% on up to $300 of debit card purchases every month. If you do the math, that's up to $12 deposited right into our savings account every month automatically. Having extra funds to play with is a dream come true. Learn more at canopycu.com. Limits and conditions apply.
At Finley Downtown Toyota, we have some of the best inventory we've had in years. Our lots are packed full of every make and model. And all vehicles come with a 3-month, 3,000-mile warranty, making it a great time to visit Finley.
Is it your day to water? Know if you are odd or even and be water-wise this summer.
4 News Now Fire Watch coverage.
That fire has grown exponentially.
With resources on TV, online, and on the go with the 4 News Now app. Fire Watch coverage to keep you safe. That's what we mean when we say expect more on 4 News Now.
You know, I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America. Yep, bring your friends.
The time to buy is now. Yes, RV show pricing continues at R&R RV in North Spokane. Over 125 RVs are indoors at 525 East Francis. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show price. You don't want to shop in this heat. Shop over 125 RVs indoors now at R&R RV in North Spokane, 525 East Francis, or online at rnrrv.com.
At Fred Meyer, everyone wins when it comes to savings because you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards on pickup or delivery as you do in store. So no matter how you shop, everyone saves big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Why is the Barbie movie leading to so many breakups?
The Barbie movie is a litmus test.
Next, Inside Edition, dumping your boyfriend over Barbie?
I went yesterday, and today I got broken up with.
Then, COVID strikes back.
COVID has hit this household.
COVID cases are going way up. The new symptoms. And should you get the booster shot? Next, Inside Edition. Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Here is a look at that 7-day forecast. A lot of sunshine, a few clouds on Saturday early morning, but they're not going to be producing anything. hottest weather of the season on the way.
Oh, and pumpkin spice is back in stores. Maybe not have a hot pumpkin spice, maybe do it the cold way. Kirsten has a recipe for...
Yes.
Let's hear it.
It's just because I'm cheap. I like to save money. Yeah, so you get an iced coffee instead of a cold brew, and then you add whatever you want on top of it. You can add your pumpkin spice cold foam. Yeah, it's cheaper that way.
I don't speak Starbucks, so I don't know.
Julian doesn't drink caffeine.
It's the life hack you need to know as we head into pumpkin spice 98-degree weather season.
There it is.
A little bit of an oxymoron there. Those two just don't work together.
No, they don't.